Oh, wait, that's not the right clip.
Guess I have to fight you in the street now.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Now here's your host,
I'll fight you in the street.
Eric Zane.
Here's
I
your
don't
host.
care where it is. I will fight you in the street.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's the legendary Patriot Nick. Thank you so much. I love that accent. There's something spectacular about New England accent. Some people don't like that. I love New England accent. Even like really, really dirty New England accent that you can barely understand what the hell's flying out of the guy's face. He's not that bad. He's podcast. Did you hear that? Podcast. And he says, here's your host. You is Y-E-R. Your host is your host. I can't even do it. And podcast. All right. Let me get this out of the way. I got to finish the coffee, and then we'll get after this. Oh, God. One more, and then I'm done. I'm done for the day. Done. Hold on. Okay. So this show, each and every day, comes to you live, Monday through Friday, I should say, where I cover news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. The live aspect of it, when I'm back at the studio, is 8 a.m. Eastern time that it all gets started. Usually it's more like 10 after 8, whatever. But here, as I'm on the left coast, the show is starting at 11 a.m. Eastern time. For me, it's about, it would roughly be at about 8 a.m. Eastern time on the West Coast. But today was different. Today was different because I slept like a freaking baby last night. And this is the first time I've done that. All I'll tell you in what I've learned about the whole donating a kidney thing, and if you don't know, you'll eventually get caught up. All you need to know is that 1 week ago today, in fact, it was almost exactly 1 week ago, that the surgery was finishing. How about that? That's crazy, isn't it? Almost 7 days to the minute. Because when did Grish call you?
7 days to the minute. This time, California time, I was leaving the hospital.
Oh, I take it back. But yeah, because I'm looking at the clock. It's Michigan time, so that's not right.
You were just getting started, actually.
Yeah, I was right. The surgery was just beginning. Boy, that really screwed me up looking at that Eastern time clock. But, yeah, so just getting started right now. 7 days ago. It doesn't seem like 7 days ago. It seems like a couple days ago. That's stupid. But, so, yeah, you'll eventually get caught up as to what's going on. You kind of been living under a rock if you don't know what's up. But, yeah, I gave away a kidney, and I get a lot of when I tell people that for the first time. You serious? What? Yeah, I actually did that. So, it's been just a joyful, life-changing moment for us here. So I figured I'd start out by just letting you know how I feel, how I'm doing, and it's really spectacular to be part of the healing process. And now I'm really starting to wrap my mind around what has taken place. We're going to lift this part of you physically out, this kidney, and we are in fact going to put it into someone else. And they were going to die, and now they're going to live. And you heard Jeffrey on the podcast yesterday, and he sounded a hell of a lot more alive and more full of energy, and his life is turning around as we speak. And then but him and I are both recovering from this surgery. Mine a little bit more or a little less invasive than his because I think they had to get hands actually inside of Jeffrey to do the work. Don't quote me on that. But for me, it was kind of just go in with a couple of robot arms, like legit. 3 holes here in my belly. 2 were robot arms that they're using. It's just remarkable how they do this. And then these little robot hands do this really meticulous work and snippy and grab the frickin' thing like a softball, and it holds it in its little robot hands and puts it in a little robot bag, and then they move it to this area where like a lady would get a C-section, and then they do whatever they needed. They do the incision. There it is. There's a little bag full of kidney goodness. That's the plucky. it's like I'm giving birth to a little baby kidney. You know, little plucky. Out comes a kidney, and then they throw it in a bucket, spray it all down. They go, oh, look at that kidney. It's fading in color. It was red. Now it's turning to like a less and less pink as the blood. It sounds terrible. It drains out of the damn thing, but it's like the kidney's like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, we're supposed to be full of blood, doing our job. What are you fuckers doing up there, man? This is weird. For the past 50 years, we've been dealing with this Armenian, and all of a sudden you're giving us a break. All right, we'll sit tight for about half a minute, but you better get the fucking blood back in here pretty quick. So they go to the room next door. Jeffrey's in there, probably, well, I know he's completely out, but he might be talking in his sleep and saying, yeah, hey, man, oh, man, I mean, oh, my God, And then they take the kidney and they immediately install it into dude, and kidney's like, that's more like it. We got a little bit different flavor here. More of a French flavor to this blood. It's less filthy. I don't have as much Armenian blood in me. And so it starts working right away, and they do all this testing right away of these horrible things that the kidneys are supposed to filter out. Jeffries hasn't forever, and so he's got really all these horrible levels of toxicity in his blood that just barely becomes less toxic from the dialysis machine. Dialysis sucks. Horrible, horrible scenario. The kidney's like, get the fucking dialysis thing out of here. We're going to clean up this place. This place is a mess. This place is a mess. We must clean this place up right now. So the kidney starts right away. Like, oh, God, this place, look at this shithole. All right, take this, get this. They're flooding his system with water so that the kidney's like, okay, yeah, we'll work for about a good week straight and keep getting rid of the toxins. So that's where he's at. They zip me up. And it's just been, so the first day, I think back to, it was Thursday, the 3rd of December when we were released. I was released, and Diana and I take a walk around the block, and it's probably 3/4 of a mile. But they said, we don't care. We don't care how much it hurts. Take the medicine and go walk. You need to be walking. All right, I'll do what you tell me. Man, I'm hanging on for dear life by her hand, and I'm just like, oh, God, this is just so awful. It just felt really bad. And but we did it, and we did it twice during the day. Not sex. We actually took 2 walks. And then, that ended, and then just each day I can feel the normalcy coming back. Inability to cough and sneeze because it hurts so much. It's starting to fade. Digestive issues are all leaving now. It's just a little bit incrementally improving every single day. It's magical. And today, my energy is stronger than it's been since this all got started. And I'm freaking ready. I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's get after it. And Diana's like, no, just settle down. I wanna move more. I wanna do things. Come on, let's do some anal. And she's like, no, none of that. No, I'm not. I don't want anything to do with you. I haven't been even remotely aroused in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, because your scrotum might slide through your...
Come on over here. They can't hear you. I get complaints when people can't hear you. What? I said I haven't even had one sexual urge since this all began. And you said...
I said, because you're afraid your scrotum will fly out of your incision hole.
You see now. Right now, I'm brought back to reality. My energy level was at a real high, but see, that was a good joke. And
I gotta go potty.
Okay. So yeah, here's what's up. As you know, I just changed the show up. Normally, I start with the ads. I'll get into those in a second, but I want to just get going right away. Kind of a different format on the show. But I just wanted you to know that everything is going as planned. It's like, I feel so strong and so happy. And I can't thank you enough for all the thoughts and prayers that you've given us. And the continued support. I heard from a radio dude today. His name is Rick. He's out of LaPorte, Indiana. I'm not sure the town that it was, but might be able to get it real quick with a quick glimpse. I don't think I will. Thought I could. Let me see. Yeah, if it's under Eric Zane, I can do it, but it's not. I mean, you see, this is what I'm talking about. Whenever I lose momentum, I'm like, why do I do this to myself each and every time? I might be able to pull it up. Oh, come on. I've got some poverty Wi-Fi here. There's no question. Rick Anthony, which, as far as radio names go, the name Anthony is a standby in the radio industry. Apparently, the story that one of the news stations did made it onto somebody's radar, and this gentleman by the name of Rick Anthony pulled up the story, and he said he felt pretty good about it. So he posted about it on something to do with his radio station. So that is very, very cool. That is Rock 106.5 in beautiful LaPorte, Indiana. So I appreciate that, Rick. He sent a nice message. Seems like a nice dude. Works at a rock station. It's got to be great. The fact that he posted about the legendary passing of John Lennon 40 years ago. Oh, my God. And we talked about that on the Patreon yesterday. And we're going to get into that a little bit later on about how the discussion of Lennon's passing 40 years ago led me into this weird a spot of the discussion about his assassination where I think I had done it before. I had a flashback, I think I've made the same mistake before that I'm making right now. I'll detail that coming up in just a little bit. But my gosh, this show, as I indicated, streams on Facebook, facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page each and every morning. So hello to all of you that are enjoying the show in that setting. Periscope video on Twitter brought to you by Blue Frost IT. At bluefrostit.com. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. The managed IT service provider for the Eric Zane Show podcast. And, YouTube brought to you by F45 Training in Byron Center, Michigan. F45training.com/Byron Center. That's where you're getting the show live right now. Thank you. I appreciate that. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the audio podcast. You're like, well, yeah, hey, Zane, I see you got a podcast on Facebook. So, well, yeah, there's a lot more to it than that. That's part of it. So if you ever, want to download the entire show, all of the audio, it's available wherever you download podcasts. And you can also get it just if you go to ericzaneshow.com, my website, and right at the top it says free podcast. You click there and then hit the subscribe button, and all the different platforms open up for you. You can pick whichever one you want and download it right to your desktop. That also works if you use your mobile device. So there you go. And as I've mentioned before, if I'm at home, the show is coming to you from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. But not today. We are at the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Los Angeles hotel room. And this hotel is kind of unique because it's slightly ghetto. Do you think... Can I ask you just a thumbs up, or do you think this is a slightly ghetto arrangement?
This hotel?
Yeah. Just a, I mean, which is perfect for you and I.
Meets our needs.
It's used.
Yeah,
This is,
remodeling it.
yeah, well, they said that when I was here in August, and they haven't lifted one finger. It looks no different now than they did in August. So yes, they're remodeling now. Maybe COVID has something to do with that, but oh yeah, I mean, this is the type of place. It's This is not the Taj Mahal, no question, but I would not be comfortable in a place that is like super fantastic. I prefer this, I want to be, this is exactly the way I kind of live. So this is I love it here. I was asked, hey, in fact, Jeffrey said, hey, there's all these great hotels. Do you want to be put up in these hotels? And I go, no, I want to be put up back where I was the first time. He goes, really? I go, yeah, I enjoyed it there. I got to know some of the people that work there, and they got a freaking the best thing in the world in the lobby with it's like you can get free coffee and hot cocoa. Like any time of the day, you just go down, you make a fresh cup, and it's the absolute best. Oh my God! So I'm quite a simple soul who doesn't have many needs. I am what you call low maintenance in that department. There are other areas that I am very high maintenance. If you'll excuse me, I need to take a big slug of this water, and I'm going to turn down the microphone to do it because I don't want to gross you out. But this has to happen, or else I'm in trouble. Stand by. I might need a refill. Will you do that for me because you love me? You think? I'm trying to rest, she says. I'm trying to rest. You have... That scared me. I have... Okay, now this is my normal speaking voice. This is what I do. But I'm not comfortable sitting here just talking like this on the show. It's too, I don't know, calm. This is just too much for me. I sound like a conspiracy theorist in a closet trying to convince you about crazy shit. Thank you. If I sit there and talk like this for too long. But, I do occasionally drop down into this register. It would probably make sense for me while here at this hotel room, to talk in this register, because outside of the hotel room door, they can hear every word I'm saying. And here I am, fuck this, fuck that, fuck this, fuck that. And, I still got to be me. So now this is where I normally talk, right here. It sounds right? Like this is how I normally talk. This actual tone, the volume level. So it would be weird for you, Diana, if you heard me talking like this all the time, right? It just sounds different. She's nodding. She had a mouthful of water. But you can only imagine. I can only imagine what if some dude has come walking by this door hearing me drop MFs, shit like that. Oh my God. They probably think, I wouldn't be surprised if they catch a conversation where I'm losing my mind or something like that, and they like call the cops, and the cops come in here, and I'm like, hey, what's up? Would that not be the best? That would be the absolute greatest. So we started late today, and that means that Dear Meathead is going to happen in about 3 minutes, brought to you by JM Synthetics. That's right. We're going to get Dad in here. I told him, I go, Dad, I'm going to call you at noon Michigan time. And he's looking at me through the FaceTime, and he's like, And I go, yeah, Dad, normally I call you at 9. I'm going to call you at noon. You got it? Yeah, I got it. I'm like, okay, so we'll see. If you do have a question for Dad, you can take we can have a last-minute entry into the questions. I've got a few. Okay. Could always stand to use a couple more. Anything at all that's popping into your head for Dear Meathead. I'd love to hear from you. And he would too. He would too. I've been talking to him every day on video chat. He has an Alexa. And, man, he is, that is a lifesaver, because he has been so freaking worried. Holy cow. And, but he's doing really, really good now. So, that'll be in just a minute. Brought to you by JM Synthetics, online at jmsynthetics.com, where I want to tell you about a new deal going on. And as you know, JM Synthetics distributes AMSOIL products. That's the way the company AMSOIL does it. They take these people, like Jason Mays, fan of the show, and he builds his own company in his own online platform. You go to jmsynthetics.com to buy the AMSOIL. He gets credit for it. He gets a little bit of money for the sale, and AMSOIL makes money because they're selling their product, and they don't have to have like an employee do it. It's kind of like you've heard about this type of marketing in the past, but that's what AMSOIL does. So he's a independent distributor of AMSOIL, and he sells it through jmsynthetics.com. AMSOIL provides him all the support online so that he can build his business. He spreads the word amongst his friends and family. He calls upon me to spread the word for him. He sponsors Dear Meathead. you need AMSOIL products. You go to jmsynthetics.com. He sees that the audience is like, oh, this is great, and that furthers his support of the show. If you don't buy the stuff from Jason, he can't afford the sponsorship. And he's like, Zane, I love you, man. This has been a lot of fun, but nobody's buying anything, so I'm pulling up stakes, and that's going to happen eventually. I think with that thing over time, everybody will pull up stakes. But we'll replace them with new ones. I'm totally kidding. No, but he wants you to go to jmsynthetics.com and buy the stuff, okay? In fact, can you grab me that? Hang on. In fact, if you buy $100, which is easy to get to that amount, at jmsynthetics.com, and buy a $20 preferred customer membership, which gives you all sorts of perks and savings and shipping discounts and things like that, he will purchase for you a 1-year Tier 2 membership to the Eric Zane Show Podcast Patreon. That is a $120 value. What? I think I'm getting that right. We talked about it quite a bit, and if I'm getting that wrong, I am entirely sorry. But yes, so what you're going to need to do to make it all happen is go to jmsynthetics.com, buy $100 worth of products and the preferred customer membership. That's a $20 cost. That is $120 you've spent. With that, you'll also save 10% right off the top. So that 120 becomes 108. And once you do it, he will buy you the Patreon membership. That's freaking great. I know this is a lot, but I'll also throw in a record from my vinyl collection for you. And you can have that. I'll mail it to you. I still owe Philip Merrill Led Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti. So, all right. That's all at jmsynthetics.com. Where else am I before I get this all-star on the phone with me, my dad? Tag Accounting, that is the taxation accounting company that I am working with every year. Last year, they had a number of people that signed up to be taking part in their services, and I want it to happen again. You need somebody to do your taxes, for crying out loud. Tag Accounting will do it for you. Now, they're based in West Michigan, but they service people anywhere in the USA. TagCPA.net is their website, or call 616-301-9516. Please mention that you heard it on the Eric Zane Show podcast. You're going to save money, okay? And here's what I mean by that. You're going to get more money on your tax return this year because he's an accountant, and that's what he does for a living. You aren't, so you're going to miss things. What you pay for him doing it will be more than offset with the money you get back in your return. Not to mention, this is a service that takes away all of the time that you would be spending there gnashing your teeth with your pencil and your eraser and your friggin' 2 weekends worth of work. Oh, God, terrible. TagCPA.net, 616-301-9516. BK Guns and Stuff, what's going on? Benjamin and Kyle, 616-902-2447. Of course, the gunsmith of the Eric Zane Show podcast household. Get your guns serviced at BK Guns and Stuff. More info on their website. You can get to their website, their Facebook page, actually, by going to ericzaneshow.com and click on the BK Guns and Stuff logo. Servicing weaponry anywhere in the USA. Call them at 616-902-2447 for more info. 616-902-2447. Can I borrow your phone, please?
Yeah, here I come.
Yeah, here I come. Almost got choked. That would have been the worst. When water goes down the wrong pipe, it takes like 6 days to get out. Still jammy time over there?
Yeah, it looks nice and sunny out. I'm gonna get dressed soon. We gotta do laundry today.
Gotta do laundry today. Is he saved as what?
That's his number.
Yeah? Can you pick that up for me? Oh, my God. this happen here. Hiya. All right. Dear Meathead, brought to you by JM Synthetics. Here we go. Hello, handsome. Where were you, guy? You're late. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
How you doing, honey?
I'm doing well, Dad. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm on this thing you crank it up with your feet, you know.
What? I'm sorry.
Exercise machine.
Oh, you're doing a little workout?
Yeah, I'm talking and that, so it's okay. How about you? What are you doing?
Oh, just, living the dream here.
You lying sack of turd.
Yep. No, it's great. I feel really good. So, yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah, I feel great today. I've felt a little bit better each day, Dad.
Wow, but that occurrence of whatever it did, that set you back a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, it made me a little
nauseous.
Oh, you mean on Monday when I felt like I had to throw up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough, but my gosh, I'm just happy that faded.
You sound good right now.
I slept amazing last night. I had lots of dreams,
Great, honey. Great.
And that's the best I've slept in a week. So
well, hey, you're probably due to do that. You've been through hell.
It wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad at all.
Well, you're making a light of everything, so it's okay.
No, seriously, I'm not. If it sucked, I'll tell you right now that first day. So the operation happens a week ago, which is hard to believe it was that long ago.
Yeah, it sure is.
I'll be honest with you. The first, like right after the surgery, on into the rest of the day and the night, I was like, well, what am I going to do? This was the worst thing ever. I now have to tell people to never ever do this. I was like desperately uncomfortable, and I was like, oh, this was a terrible decision. But I quickly flew out of that tailspin, and that because I started to feel better, I was like, oh God, it wasn't that bad. I was making much more of a dramatic thing than it needed to be. It wasn't a cakewalk, I'll tell you that. That first 24 hours, I'll be totally honest, was very, very uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, I would do it again in a heartbeat if I had the opportunity. If I could tell people to do it, I'd say, yeah, you're going to be uncomfortable, but trust me, you're going to feel so much better knowing the terrific outcome. I highly recommend if you are considering it, if it works well. I say that.
I'm really amazed.
Thank you. I say that only for people who are up for this type of thing because, frankly, it's not for everyone.
Oh, certainly not for me.
And that's fine. I never wanted to give the idea that I was some person trying to, like, push the idea of, really being strong, aggressive about why people should do this. This is not in my opinion, this isn't something that happens with an aggressive, forceful demeanor. I think it's a very natural thing that has to take place. That's why I say it's not for everyone.
No, I can definitely imagine that you did a lot of thinking before you did this. And I'm really proud of how it went for you.
It worked out. We're very, very lucky. And you know what's interesting is even if you don't think a lot about it, like if you're the type of person that actually I'm the type of person who rushes into things. And if you do that, the people at the whatever kidney transplant team that you're working for will be able to realize that. And because they will do such a thorough background on you to make sure that you are a competent person to donate, that if there's any...
I think I believe that because you went through quite a bit of ordeal before you got involved.
Yeah, and if there's anything that's weird, if they find out something about you that's like, I don't know if this is a good idea, like maybe something from your background or something like that that might make you not appropriate for this, they won't let you do the surgery.
Wow. Well, here's my theory about this whole thing. I'm always going along with what God did in making the human being, okay? Because I go with God. Now, everyone else says it's scientific. I say it's godly. You have God's body. God put all of these things in order. You have two of almost everything in case one fails. This is my theory. In case one fails, the other one takes over. So when you take one out, well, I don't know. God says, I gave it to you, and how you're going to take it for some other people or purposes. Apparently it's a miraculous thing, you know. So you actually did a miraculous thing.
Okay, so you're saying that God said, all right, I'm giving you two in case one breaks down, but they're both for you.
Something like that.
Okay, well, that's one way of looking at it, I'm sure. I wish he would have given us two brains.
Well,
two hearts.
And two hearts.
Yeah. Hey, Joanne, how are you?
Hi, honey.
Now, is Joanne peddling too, Dad, or is it just you?
Right now, it's just me. It's a one-person machine.
Okay.
And she on her own does that some other time, you know.
Boy,
This is the first time I got on here. It's ridiculous. It's like a piece cakewalk.
Oh, it's easy?
It's not something that you need to power.
Oh, well.
Just to screw around with your feet, you know.
Is it, maybe can you
makes you move.
Can you add some resistance to it, perhaps?
Oh, yeah, you can put it in a resistance, but I had to loosen it up because I turned it too much. I couldn't even pedal.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to, like, you know.
No, I was sorry. I said, geez, what's wrong with this thing? So I realized that I can, you know, loosen it up.
Well, give it a little bit. I mean, do 5 minutes no resistance, 5 minutes a little resistance. You know, one of those.
That's an idea. That's an idea.
You got to get ripped, man.
I'm sorry?
You got to get ripped. You know, you got to get, like, all sorts of muscles.
Yeah. But I really don't need this because I'm pretty active. But right now,
You are, yeah.
I'm not active at all. I'm sitting here and riding away, and Joanne got on my case today. So.
Wow, you mean to tell me? She's like, hey, you know, it's time for you to get moving. Let's go. Is that how it works?
I know. I'm an outdoors person, but I can't go out there. It's colder than buggers.
I love that she does that to you. That is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That is.
She started ignoring me anymore because I was ignoring her.
Okay. All right.
So we weren't doing it.
So,
by the way, Joanne wants to know if Nikki called you.
You know, I gotta double check, but I didn't see the call come in, so maybe she has the wrong number. I don't know.
Yeah, I bet she does, because she said she's been trying to call you.
She said she's been trying to call you. I don't know what number she's got.
Yeah, she might not have the right one. Okay.
But maybe Joanne can talk to her and give you the number
I think
we have.
I might have hers. I could just call her. You know, I think that's what I'll do.
Yeah, do that.
Yes, that for the audience who doesn't know, that is Joanne's daughter from previous relationship. That is Nikki.
I'm sure she made an attempt to do that.
That is a rare Nikki mention on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Where when I was, I don't know, when did you and Joanne meet? 1981.
When do we what?
81.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember 1981. Dad says to me, "Hey, I started palling around with this gal named Joanne." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, Dad." And you're like, "Hey, I want you to meet them." So we go over to this house, in not far really from where I live, maybe 5 miles away. And but to me, that seemed like 100 miles back then. And I walk in the door, and there's these two blondes. And first there's Joanne, and she's all as sweet as she's always been. I remember this. I'm 11 years old. There you are with your shirt buttoned down to your belly button, hair sticking out. I got a big medallion on your bell bottoms, 1981. And,
you remember all that?
Oh, yeah. Walk up those steps there right by the that bathroom you walk in, and there's these two blondes, and there's Elizabeth, and she's sitting there not moving a muscle with a nice little smile on her face. She's probably about 12.
A little kid.
Yeah, and then there's Nikki, and she's about 10, and I took one look at her, and I go, uh-oh, pain in the ass. One
We
look.
won't tell her that.
That's all. No bullshit. I'm telling you. I'll tell her right to her face. She was when she was a kid. What a fire plug or what a spark plug. She was so. Oh my gosh. I'm surprised she didn't beat the hell out of me growing up.
No, hey, well, she changed though. She's quite a bit
She's
different.
amazing. Well, she was amazing then too. She was the kid who, out of Joanne's 3 daughters, Joanne was like, okay, you're gonna make me really work on my parenting to be able to get through this. She was the project, and I was the project too. And so I'm like, I don't like this. When I walk into that house, I don't like anybody who's more of a handful than I am. And so the two of us were like, it was crazy. It was always fireworks whenever we got together.
Hey, the one memory I have of you in that house is when you had some kind of an instrument you were playing in there.
Yes, it was a French horn.
Yeah. And I said, man, we got to be dealing with this. But no, we couldn't stop you.
No, we had.
And Liz was playing the flute.
Liz was on the flute, so we'd play the same songs. So we're sitting there trying to express ourselves, and you're sitting there half drunk. You're like, ah, God, this is terrible.
Hey, they were fun days, though, weren't
Oh
you?
yeah, it was fantastic, man. I always had a good time. I was.
Joanne wants to know if you're 49 years of age.
No, I'm 50 right now.
Yes. When
Yeah.
you turned 50, yesterday?
In July, I think we talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't remember now.
Don't worry about it. Who cares? You're gonna be 87 in March, yes?
No. 80. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it was March,
no, it's
that's
true.
right.
Yeah, it's March 17. You will be 87 years old, Dad.
Right on, brother.
That is awesome.
Well, let's say that I'll survive this ordeal here.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. Well, I got some questions from some of the audience members, Dad. They'd love to hear your opinion on some things.
Are you doing it today?
Well, that's what we're doing right now.
Oh.
Did you think I was just like
okay,
calling you to?
Okay.
Wait a minute. Did you not?
I thought it's because I called or something, and you responded.
No, we're live on the podcast. I'm not just.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Well, I gotta start cleaning my act up.
No, you're doing awesome.
My
I've
God.
I've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed any of our conversations so far.
Well, no, I really didn't know this was going on.
Oh no, yeah.
My God. Okay.
Hey,
Lay it on me.
Hold on a quick second, Dad.
Okay.
Can you give me 2 Tylenol, please? Okay. So, anyway, here we go. Stevie writes this. Hi, Ruben. Hi, Joanne. Question 1. Do you send out Christmas cards?
Yes, we do.
Okay. She writes, I am going to this year, and I'd like to know what I should write inside of the card. I think it's nice to include a message instead of just signing my name. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, it's always a good thing to put a little message in there, but just to sign a name, it really is a kind of a lame thing. Something kind, hey, wishing you a Happy New Year's or Merry Christmas or something to that effect. Or don't just say, may Jesus, say, may the Lord bless you. Or something nice and kind,
Okay, gotcha.
Get your blessings and get your shot when it's available.
There you go.
Get your shot when it's available.
Get your shot and count your blessings.
Which, that's going to be, I'm hearing that by the end of this week, we're on Wednesday. By the end of this week, the Food and Drug Administration is going to approve the Pfizer vaccine. Rumor is by the end of 2020, that vaccine will be being distributed in U.S. It's being distributed in England as we speak. What's your plan on this, Dad? You planning on getting that vaccine?
I'm being right there in the front of the line.
Now, from what I'm told, you get it, and then a period of about 2 weeks passes, and then you get like a booster.
Yes.
And then you might period of days after that, you are then inoculated. you have no, you are then vaccinated from the disease. And you might actually experience some mild coronavirus type symptoms for a
I
day.
understand that.
And that's okay, yes?
Yes.
I agree
Yes.
with you. I'm with you on that. I think we're all on the same page.
And my place that I'm going to is a walking distance.
Oh, nice. You just go there, show up.
Yeah, but I don't know how many million people are going to be lined up.
Well, go at an off time, if you will, and keep your distance.
I got to go according to what goes on. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I'm definitely going to be there. I really want to be number one getting this.
I hope you are. I hope you're on the news. I hope that there's like a news camera there, and then
Really?
and then you get to like lecture them. Hey, people, get your vaccination. Don't be an idiot.
But my advice to the people, I mean, the dubious people, oh, we don't know, we don't trust them. That's crap. These people have worked a year trying to produce something like that. And I'm sure that they've done a heck of a job by testing it and retesting it. So go get them. The worst can happen is you have fever, high fever for 3-4 days, and you'll be all right.
Yeah,
whatever.
You're absolutely right, Dad. I echo exactly what you say, and I think you're right on the mark.
So, hey, I encourage people to do that. So,
All right, Michael writes this, Dad. Dear Meathead, is your belly button an innie or an outie?
I don't know what the heck it's a innie.
It's an innie. Yeah, I think mine is too, especially as I get more fat.
Yeah. And I used to get a lot of lint in it, but I don't get that anymore. I don't know why.
You really cracked Diana up with that one. You used to get a lot of lint, which always is a bummer. You're right. And then it's like, oh, God, I always get the urge to sniff it.
No, man, I got a tough time. I got to wash it every
Yeah.
day I get a chance.
Yeah, it's an awful spot. It's like your butthole in the front of your body. It's really bad.
Oh, my gosh, that's a good one.
Okay, Chris writes this. Dear Meathead, I had a vasectomy last week. I was curious if you have any advice on getting, back on the horse. How long and any precautions that you recommend? Thank you. Please embellish. Signed, Chris. So I think he wants to get back after it with the missus, and he wants your advice about that after having a vasectomy.
Well, I can't really give you an advice there because I never had a vasectomy that I know of. But I would say that's a major surgery.
Wait a minute. Did you just say
Or according to Joanne, it's not a major surgery, but in my mind, it's a major surgery. However, I think you should have a physician to tell you what to do with that. So
Okay.
I can't give you a deadline on how you're going to be getting going on this thing.
I think if he's getting on a horse, he better keep it.
Did you hear what she said?
Sure. Yes, I heard
If
it.
you're going to get on a horse, you better keep it.
Absolutely. Get on that horse and keep it.
I
Dad-
think your body will tell you whether you should be
I
off the
agree.
horse or
I
on the
agree.
horse.
If it doesn't hurt, maybe give it a test run on your own.
Yeah, or also ask your doctor, when should I get on a horse?
Now,
You know,
are we all on the same page here? We all realize that the horse is a metaphor, right?
yes,
Okay, good.
we understand.
Okay, good.
Same
All right.
notes.
Now, Dad, earlier in that discussion, you said I have not had a vasectomy that I know of.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be sleeping and somebody does that,
Yeah, no, I think you're definitely gonna know if you've had one in the past.
I'm sure that.
Yeah,
But that was
yeah. All right, very
was-
good.
a joke.
Okay, Dad. Scott writes this. Dear Meathead, excuse me. I applied for a management position at my current employer, and they gave me an offer. The offer that I was given is much lower than I was expecting, and I'm not sure negotiations will go far. I'm currently not in a management position, and I really excel at my current role. I'm financially stable without having to move up in the company. Should I take that job or should I stay put? I love listening. Thanks for your input. Scott M.
Scott, you don't have a job right now. Am I correct?
No.
No.
He does. He has a
Oh,
job
all
at,
right.
at a company, and he does very well. He excels. He applied for a management position. They said, hey, we're going to make you a manager if you accept the job. But he was not really impressed with the pay raise.
All right. Is there is another offer somewhere?
No, sir. He just wanted to know how he should proceed because as he works at his current spot, not a manager at this job, he doesn't really need the money, and he's really good. So he's not sure if he should take the increased responsibility for not that much of an increase in pay.
All right. You know, some of us have this particular personality. You're apparently one of those candidates that you put a high value on yourself, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
However, you have an opportunity to immediately become employed.
Well, no, he is employed, Dad. I can't stress that enough.
All right. Well, he's seeking employment, you said.
No.
Am I right?
Okay, it's like if you're like, let's say, working at Home Depot, and you're a cashier, and you're really happy with the job, and you love it, and you make enough money, but they have a manager position open, and you apply for it at Home Depot, at the place you
Okay.
work, and they say, hey, we want you to be a manager. We're going to give you 50 cents more an hour. Okay? That's the scenario. So he is working, yes, but he's not sure if he should take a step up in responsibility for just a little bit increase in pay.
Well, do you have an opinion to if you made that change, it's going to be an advantage to you? I mean, sounds like you're a very astute and intelligent man or person. Do some search, maybe a couple of 3 days of research on this particular company and what their records are. If you don't get any answer, if they're going to give you a few cents more, take the job and see if you can climb up a ladder.
Aha. Okay.
If you, within, I say, a couple of months, don't see that, and you still have a potential to go ahead somewhere else, I mean, apparently you put a high value on yourself, which is a good thing.
All right.
That's positive thinking.
Yep.
And take it from there. But, yeah, if even they give me 20 cents an hour more, it's more money than you're getting currently. Take it. Supposedly it works to your advantage, then you're ahead of the game. If it doesn't, you can easily leave and go on with life.
Maybe go
somewhere
back.
else.
You know, I don't know. Maybe that would be something. Say, hey, maybe if you just Scott say, hey, you know, I really like my last job, because he indicated that he doesn't really have any bargaining power. But I don't know, if you just say, look, I really like what you want to offer me, but I also really like what I do now, and I'm effective at it. So I'm not that. I don't know how aggressive I want to be in going for this. If you could make this something that I need to think about more by sweetening the pot, then perhaps I would be interested in this. But with the level of additional responsibility, I feel the amount needs to be at a different level than what you're offering. No offense, but just for my time and energy involved in this, that's what I charge. And then go about it that way, and then say, and then, you know, and then make it also known that you're also very, very comfortable in the current spot. So you don't know how aggressive you want to go after this. But I think if you just let them know that what your expectations are and tell them up front, you might have more bargaining power than you think. They just might not be letting you know that you have any bargaining power, because if they're smart and savvy, they're not going to let you know how much they can bargain, because they want you to take that first offer that they give you. So you got to dig a little.
My God, you just said everything right. That's exactly. I hope you wrote it all down or memorized it. That's a perfect response that you gave him. You don't need me to tell him
No,
anything.
I know, but it's better with you. It's better with you. Come on, I'm just there to kind of.
Well, no, I'm listening to that. That's so damn intelligent. That's fantastic.
You can't make me laugh, because if I laugh, my belly's going to hurt. But thank you.
Well, no, all right, don't laugh. But no, I agree with you. I really
right.
do. If I was him, I was looking for a job, and I heard you saying those things, exactly what I would exercise at.
Well, this coming from a guy who hasn't really had worked for anybody for more than 2 years, so.
no, I'm hoping that he heard all
Yeah,
the things
sure,
that you
sure.
said.
There you go, Scott. I
He
think.
puts it to work.
Oh, hopefully that'll work for you. All right,
And
Adam.
he really doesn't need any of my input on that.
Okay, Dad, we're gonna take this one, this last question from Adam. I might have one more question. Let me double check the email here.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't think we're good in that regard. Okay, Adam has this question for you. Dear Meathead, now that Eric's pal Jeffrey is part of the family with Eric's kidney, will you be sending him Christmas cards?
I probably would. I would send Christmas cards to Eric, but I certainly would not send him a card to his patient there.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
But it's actually an issue between Eric and this gentleman.
Yeah, but it might be cute
but-
if you just said, "Hey, this is Eric's daddy, and I want to wish a happy Christmas to my son's kidney that you have."
No, I wouldn't do that. I would definitely call my son Eric.
Okay.
Say, Eric, I'm so proud of you doing what you did. God bless you, and hopefully there are other people in the world can listen to this, and if they have the possibility to do what you did, they would go ahead and offer it to someone else.
Fair enough. All right. Well, Dad, I love you very much. Joanne, you're extra special. Love you too. You guys have been. I'll just say this: the level of stress that you've been under since we kind of revealed that this was actually happening, I imagine, has been quite significant. So I appreciate your patience and getting through this with us. But I apologize for putting you through any type of anxiety, but you've just handled it so well. I'm very, very proud of how you guys did.
Hey, we're proud of you, honey. We're actually proud of you. You're number one in my mind and my book and my life. At what I just told you before, I would have never had the guts to do what you did for my sake. I'm a selfish person.
No. You're.
But anyway, I just love the fact what you did. God has really, really labeled you to be a godly person, and I praise God that He protects you and your family, because they're also backing you as well. So, honey, just live your life in a normal way.
Okay, Dad. Now, I one of the things that was going on was over a week ago. I still hadn't yet, and I mean, I had known for probably a month and a half the date, and I had talked about it on the podcast, but I had actually expressed that I was waiting to tell you. And
yes,
the audience said it's very important that you tell your dad before you actually leave the state of Michigan. So I waited. And I didn't want you to, for a month and a half, sit there and oh no, and dread it, So it was, I believe, just a couple of days before I actually flew off that we told you. But I intentionally did that, and I hope that you're okay with how it proceeded, and you don't feel like you were left out of anything. That was done because I know a father's concern can be quite ridden with anxiety when it comes to thinking about his own child, so I hope that that's okay.
Honey, everything went well as far as that goes, but it's still, to this point, it's not my forte to accept what you did, because I have a different belief than you do. My belief was God gave me two things, not for me to share that with someone else later on in life, but it's for me in case it fails, one of them fails for me, the other one takes over. God created a body in the most perfect way.
Yeah.
In your case, the perfect word comes in by you helping another human being and giving him a new life.
Okay.
Which I really, really praise you for that. But I still have that fear in my heart.
Yeah, that's understandable. I understand.
But then again, you didn't need to keep it a secret from me, because
okay.
I am a type of a person that would say, this type of decision.
No, I
or-
needed it. No, there's no way I would have done that because you'd have been
Well,
calling me
I mean,
every 30
I'm
minutes.
telling you what I would have done.
Yeah.
This type of decision would have been up to you. I would not. I did show a distaste a little bit,
Oh, I know. It's okay. It's all right.
but then again, I started thinking of it. Well, there's a God. I believe in God. God makes the decisions.
Well, the way I look at it is we just can't be going around on our own watch letting people die. And if we got an opportunity to make it so that people
I
aren't dead,
praise the Lord for putting that particular mentality in you. honey.
that's the way I look at it. So, Dad, I love you very much. You guys are the best, and I wish you nothing but joy for the rest of the week. And I'll be back in town. Let's see, it's Wednesday, so I mean we are approaching the end of our little tenure here out west. So Thursday, I'll be back in 3 days, Dad. 3 days.
All right. I'm hoping, I'm praying, and asking God to help everybody, including you especially, and your dear wife and your family, that you're going to be home shortly, and then we'll talk to you on the home turf.
Okay, Dad. Thanks again.
All right.
Okay.
Enjoy the day, and I love you, and you sound great, by the way.
Thanks, I appreciate that. So do you. Joanne, have a good one, okay?
You too, honey. I love you.
Love you too. Okay.
And thanks again.
Yes, thank you. Okay, there you go. Dear Meathead, brought to you by my friends at JM Synthetics. The microphone almost crashed. Come on over here. I want to talk to you. Could you help me, please? Oh, man. There's your phone. Sorry, I didn't mean to, bark out orders at you. I don't want you to think that I'm like, yeah, get over here. What are you doing? Get over here, woman. Before the Queen of the Forest arrives, Dear Meathead brought to you by JM Synthetics, online at jmsynthetics.com. Make his day today, my friend Jason Mays. Buy for the DIY expert in your household, friend or family. Some of the great AMSOIL products you can find at jmsynthetics.com. Spend $100 and signed up for preferred customer, which is $20 for a year. And when that's utilized, you're going to save money anyway through perks, discounts, shipping costs reduced, things like that. He's going to save you 10% right off the top. You're going to get a 10% discount, so the $120 you spend becomes $108. And he will throw in 1 full year of Tier 2 membership to my Patreon. Thank you, Jason Mays. He sponsored he sponsored Dear Meathead. So, were you listening while he was talking?
Yes.
He is in a way, he's like, I am against organ donation. Because he goes, God gave you 2 and you should only have 2. I guess that could be someone's stance on it. I've never heard that type of stance on it.
Right, but I think he also followed it up with, but if you if you can give one away, then that's God's way of saying, whatever.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just, I think it's 86 years old.
Right.
And set in the ways, and that's such a strange thing for someone who
Exactly.
this has never entered his life. He has not needed something like that. I bet you if he was in need of something like that, he might be like, I've seen the light. This is a good thing. Somebody give me one. So I don't want anybody to get the wrong impression about him.
No, that's
it's,
not.
It's
I don't-
86 years old and dementia, so I didn't want, just want to see what you thought about that.
No, I think he's very, very proud of you, and I think he's, happy that, Jeffrey has a new life, and I don't think he thinks that.
Of course not.
That I don't think he at all thinks that you.
Right.
That you shouldn't have done it. I don't think he thinks that at all.
Okay, there is a really high risk. You can stay there because I got to tell you about this dream I had last night. There is a high risk that I am going to pee my pants at some point during the podcast. So I'm just warning you ahead of time. I might have to put up the sign that says, back in 3 minutes while I pee. So just so you know. So, hold on. Let me make sure I got this coming up here. I talked about what is coming up. Let me just do this. Just stay right there. Do you mind? Because I got to tell you about this dream. This is ridiculous what happened last night.
Oh dear.
No, it's nothing sexual. Don't worry.
I didn't think it was.
Okay. As you know, I do cameos. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. Still a thing. Sorry to let that dude down whose cameo that I let expire. I will do it for free. I promise you. I got to talk about the fundraiser euchre tournament on Cameo. This is important. But it slipped through the cracks of getting here to L.A. and I'm just an idiot. So you get it free. Congratulations. Cameo.com/Eric Zane, though. Otherwise, if you want to hire me for a birthday shout-out, somebody's getting married, somebody needs advice, you want me to bust balls on one of your pals, maybe there's somebody in your family who you don't want me to bust balls on, you just want me to say, hey, great job, whatever. I do it all at Cameo.com/Eric Zane. They're a whole lot of fun, and I love doing them. There you go. Thank you to anybody who's ever signed up in the past. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. My gosh. The amazing group of techs there that want to make sure that your car is repaired right. 616-532-6600. If you're in West Michigan. Where they are is along 44th Street in West Michigan. Just east of 131, a few blocks east is Stafford. They're right there. And they do it all with no contact, no interaction. You can just call. They send you an email with what's wrong, with pictures, all the things you need to know. Approved, fix. Boom. Pay over the phone. Keys hanging up outside. Grab them. You leave. Car sanitized. Good to go. 616-532-6600 for Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid. Online at irvines.com. My friends at Horizon Hydroponics inviting you to check out what they have to offer at horizonhydroponics.com. And remember, it's HORIZEN, hydroponics.com. Orders over $250 and more online saves you the shipping costs. And if you use Zane Show at checkout, you save 10%. Also, you can pick up in person if you want. Just skip the shipping costs altogether. If you're local, either in Grand Rapids, Byron Center, Lansing, or Kalamazoo, you can take care of that. All online at horizonhydroponics.com. Okay, so last night, I'm not sure what was going on, but the dream was, and I remember, it was one of those dreams where I remember the details right after waking up. But now it's left me, so it's not all there right now. But I was in someone's house, and there was people there I don't know, and it was me and another person that were Team Eric, and this other dude and his brother were Team other guys, okay? And we were pissed, and we were watching like a sporting event, and we decided that after the sporting event, we were going to fight. Now, this all sounds perfect for me because, I mean, constantly in these little battles in my brain, you know?
Right.
So whose ass am I going to kick now, you know? And so in the dream, I remember, like, at first being so pissed off and couldn't wait for the big fight to take place. But then in the dream, I start to like regret that. And like, oh boy, this is not going to work out. Someone's probably going to get hurt. I don't like how this is going, and it's going to get even more of a problem. Nothing's going to get solved. This is a bad idea. So I'm like, in the dream, I'm having the realization that this is not a good answer. This is not a good outcome. So in the dream, dude of Team Dude, I go walking up to him and go, hey, can I get you for a word before the fight? And he goes, yeah, sure. So I pull him aside. Now, at this point, I say to him, look, I don't feel good about this. Someone's going to get hurt. I regret that I went. I'm saying all the right things.
Right.
All the things that I know how to say from years of flying off the handle at people and then trying to bring it back. And he looks at me and he goes, yeah, I think this. I think I'm okay with this. This is good. Yeah, I think I can live with that. All right. Yeah, let's kiss and make up.
So you canceled the fight.
Yeah, the fight's now over. Okay. And so, and then I realized that all of that time while I was making that apology, my eyes were open. I remember looking at that painting right there. I was in a semi-conscious state. Because then all of a sudden it it ended, and I was actually awake, and I was like, I don't remember opening my fucking eyes. I've been laying here half awake, telling
With
that
the street.
apology to that dude in my brain.
Do you know who that guy was?
No! Probably Stu McAllister, but no clue. Don't know any single person. I think in the actual heat of the battle, I did,
Yeah.
but
Who was
no,
your partner? Do you know that?
that's gone. All I remember is the apology and that my eyes were open, that I was awake, like half awake. What the fuck?
The hell?
And so I had all sorts of crazy dreams last night. I had a dream, and it just popped in my brain. I had a dream I actually killed somebody last night. Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened.
Out of anger or an accident or what?
I remember having a dream that I killed somebody and the police were looking for me.
It's probably because you read that story late about that super spreader party here in Los Angeles County.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There was a super spreader party. Cops found out about it. They arrested 150.
The hell?
God. They should go hang out in Michigan, man. Hang out at Jimmy's COVID house. Or go to that church in Holland, Michigan.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hang out with that dickhead. Okay, I want to talk...
Why is that ringing?
Go pick it up. See if it's the front desk complaining about me doing the podcast.
Yes. No, we are all set, actually. Yep. You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Just want to know if we needed housekeeping today. I don't know why they haven't asked any other day in our. I think our thing is outside.
That scared the hell out of me. I thought you were going to pick it up and it was going to be, hello? Oh, yeah. No, there's no violence going on.
Why would? I mean, we're a week and a half into here.
I know that they don't do housekeeping that often because of the
Right.
Virus.
It's true. They said they do it every 5 days. How long have we been here? We've been here like 10, haven't we?
Yeah, pretty
Whatever.
much. I don't know.
Whatever.
So Diana and I go out on another homeless adventure yesterday. And the idea is I am going to, and we're both going to, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Do you need anything? To homeless people. And, occasionally they're going to say, well, yeah, I do. Now, if they say, give me some money, that's not what we're going to do. So, I told you the story about Charles, the guy that we got the chicken dinner for out in front of the place here. And Charles has, there's something going on. I'm not sure. I tried to get it out of him. I asked him if he's still using, and he kind of shied away from that question. He was a little uncomfortable with me asking that, but I got to know him a little bit. So yesterday we go for a walk again. It was like we got done with the free podcast. Let's go for a walk. There's Charles again. Hey, buddy, how are you? Hey, man, how you doing? And he actually said, he goes, man, my kidney hurts. I go, well, I can't help you. And he just got a big laugh out of that. And
Because he remembered you. Because he asked how you were feeling.
Yeah. He's cool. He was all right. And so I go, do you need anything? He goes, are you going to Ralph's? I go, I can. What do you need? Pizza. He wanted pizza, didn't he?
Yes, he wanted cheese pizza and some Snaps potato chips, which I still don't know what that is. I think he was just thinking about Snap. And
it was weird because every time he's asked for something, we've never been able to actually get him what he wants.
And the funny thing is he tells us where it is in the store.
Yes.
But we go to where it is in the store and it's not there.
It's not there.
No.
We just got to bring him in next time. Seriously. So Charles was like, yeah, man, hey, I could use some pizza and some Snaps. So we go to the store. Everybody there recognizes. Everybody there knows us. We made all sorts of friends with these people that work in the store. Walk in. I go, okay, let's divide and conquer. You go get the Snaps. I'll go get the pizza. For some reason, they don't put the pizza out till noon here. It's 11:50. I'm like, I'm not going to wait. So I get him a burrito, which is what he wanted in the first place.
The first day he wanted the burrito, yes. So we get him a
So
huge
I
burrito.
bill him this monster burrito. He's gonna shit for a month. Oh my God!
Where
this
does he
is-
do that at?
I don't know. We should ask him. See, so I'll tell you what. For every meal I give you, we get to ask you a question of personal nature. Today's question is, where do you take a shit?
Yes.
Can you imagine if he said my hand?
Do you think he goes into like a gas station?
I don't know what they do. I know there is an outhouse. They
Yeah, but I
actually
think
have
it's locked.
It is?
Because I checked the last time. It looks like it had a padlock on it because I don't think they want, all kinds of people in there.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a real issue. It really bothers me. So give him the friggin' burrito and the snaps. Well,
And we didn't get him snaps. We got him some chips.
Well, you
and-
didn't want to get him any. You go, I can't find the snaps. I go, well, get him anything. Get him some chips. There's a million chips. Get him some chips. Get the guy some chips. So we get him some
chips and a Coke.
Coke.
He wanted a Coke this time and not a water.
Give it to him. He's waiting outside. Oh, man. Eats like a king. He kills it.
He doesn't even bother using the fork and knife we gave him. He just eats it like it's a.
Oh yeah, it was a
it
big
was
burrito.
huge.
It was packed.
But he ate it like it was like a.
Yeah, like a little soft taco you get at Taco Bell. It was about as big as this freaking Gatorade bottle. He's like, kills it. You gotta sit here. I can't
Do you have to go
continue.
pee?
I have to pee.
Okay, well I don't have to sit there. Just say excuse me for a minute.
I have just begun on our homeless adventure stories. We have 1, 2, 3 more interactions to tell you about. You're not going to believe this. Do not move. I should have written a back in 5 minutes sign. It'll be like 2 minutes. Don't move. If I don't pee, I'm going to need a kidney transplant, and we're going to have to go and get it back from Jeffrey. You don't need to sit there and talk and entertain. It's okay. If you want, you can bring the microphone to the toilet.
I'll time his pee. Hang on. Hang on 1 second. Wait, not yet. I don't. Where'd you put my phone? Okay, hang on. Have you gone yet?
I'll tell you when you hit go.
The stopwatch. Go. Are you done?
Explain why it wasn't that impressive. Done.
30 seconds.
Washing my hands. Okay, so back. That'll come out in post on the audio.
Now I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back.
Okay. So that was only like a 30-second pee. Now, I don't know. I don't mean to brag, but in the past, I have been famous for like 2-minute pees. I'm not joking. And but being with the surgery, being what it is, coming back to life has been, it takes time to get back to your original state. So everything's still settling down. That's what I'm chalking it up to. So I kind of like, for the time being, it seems like I don't go very long before I have to pee again. Okay. Continuing the homeless adventure. Charles annihilates the burrito. Okay. Did we have sides with the burrito? Yeah, he had.
No, just the chips.
Okay, there's the chips. Okay, see you later, buddy. Okay. We go down the street, down The street is right
LeConte.
along. Yeah, LeConte, right by the hotel, towards where I got the surgery done. And right in the corner of two other streets, there's a Chick-fil-A, and there's a dude seated there. And I did the old, hey, how are you? Not bad. How are you? And it isn't long before I ask him, do you need anything? Now, let me just describe this guy. He has long fingernails, and it's like he's taken a white paint and painted each fingernail. So they're all it's not a good job. He didn't do a good job painting them. And there's paint all over his pants, like he's intentionally painted. And his face has paint all over it. Like he took a can of spray paint and put a pair of goggles on and then sprayed paint all over his face.
He kind of looked like a clown a little bit because it's like right as his cheekbones. So it was like kind of a pinkish, silvery, sparkly.
Right. And his name was Larry, right?
Larry. That was Larry.
So I go, Larry, do you need anything? And he goes, yes. I need a number 1 with a Coke and waffle fries. I go, holy crap, right here at Chick-fil-A, huh? He goes, yeah. I go, okay, Larry, we're going to make it happen. I'm Eric. This is Diana. Now, Larry didn't predict my ethnicity. There was 2 others that did. So that was pretty much the extent of that lead-up conversation. We go in, we order the number 1, and we come out and I go, Larry, here you go, buddy. I go, so, Larry, you're going to need to stop sniffing paint, because I was entirely convinced that Larry was spraying paint into a bag and putting it over his face and breathing it, which he's going to die if that's the case. So I go, Larry, I'm thinking you're going to need to stop that. And he goes, what are you talking about? I go, well, you got paint over your face. He goes, yeah, I paint my face. Like it's like a normal thing. I'm like, what? You paint your face? He goes, yeah, I paint my face. Who doesn't paint their face? He's thinking, what the fuck is going on here? So, I mean, he's got like multicolors of spray paint on his face. And I'm like, Larry, this guy is a real fixer-upper. I think if we actually lived here, I would try to get this guy cleaned up. So, Larry, you got to stop putting paint on your face, for God's sake. Stop putting these chemicals on you. So, if that's the case, what do you think was going on there? Do you think?
I have no idea.
Because a lot of times, I know people who do that. I don't know them, but I've heard about people in the past who have done that. They'll spray the paint in there, and then the propellants get them high.
Right.
So this is a very real thing. So I was a little worried about that, but all right, Larry, here's the food, man. And off we went. We sat down over by the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center. We ate our lunch. We're walking back, and then we run into Marvin. Marvin, very friendly, nice guy. And then he asked me if I'm an Orthodox Jew or I forgot the other term that he used. He wants to know how I practice my Jewish faith. And now I got my big you can see that mask?
I think everybody knows what you look like.
I got my big mask on. Don't insult.
Well,
I got my big mask on, and he goes. He looks at me and he goes, he's a Jew, and he goes, what do you practice? I go, I'm actually a Catholic. He goes, oh. And now, at that point, did he ask if I was Armenian?
No, I think you said, no, I'm not Jewish. You go, I'm Armenian.
Okay, so I said that. Well, at this point, Marvin then starts, like, dropping big knowledge about, I guess he's been there.
Yeah, about Armenia and how his friend lives there for $300 a month.
And how it's dirt cheap to live there.
It's a great
place to live. And he's going on. He's like in charge of the Armenian Tourism Board about why you should visit Armenia. And I'm like, holy fuck, man, give this guy a job here. And he's going on and on about Armenia. Now, here out west, there are a ton more Armenians than where I'm from. I mean, like, there's just a handful of us in West Michigan. They look at us like, what the fuck? Who are these goblin people? I don't feel that way. I think we're the most beautiful people on the planet. But he's like, he knows everything there is to know about Armenians. I'm like, son of a bitch. Okay, so that ends. Actually, we could not get rid of the guy. He wouldn't stop talking. That's one of the things about the homeless people here. If you get him going, you got to, oh, fuck. It's tricky to get out of a conversation with them.
Well, it's like they haven't talked to anybody in months.
Yeah, yeah. So you can actually spend like a whole day talking to them. So this goes on for a little bit, and I'm like, well, hey, Marvin, I got to go. I'm going to talk and walk on the phone here. I got a business call I got to take, but it was good talking to you. Okay, thanks. See you later. Bye. Off we go. Now, Salam was our last person that we talked to.
That was later.
That was
after our
later in
second
the
walk.
day.
Yeah, that was our second walk.
Okay. So we interact with Salam, and Salam is sitting on a bench right out in front of the Chick-fil-A, same place where Larry was. And so he starts to complain that the state has taken his lottery winnings. Right?
Yes.
And so he was bitching about that. And he would not, we're not getting the Reader's Digest version. We're getting the long form story. And it's just really tough to get a word in.
But you're missing something very important.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as we walked up to him.
Right, I'm saving that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm saving
Never
that.
mind then, sorry.
What got me really focused on him was, again, I've got this mask on. And despite that, he goes, now I don't know, maybe there's words circulating on the homeless website. Do you think?
Maybe.
He goes, hey, Armenian. And I look at Salam, I go, yeah? I go, how the fuck did you know I was Armenian? He goes, I see your glow. My God. And I go, yeah, I am. What's your name? He goes, Salam. Holy shit. I go, I am just blown away by that. I'm not even, you can't even see me. You knew I was Armenian.
I'm thinking he had a talk with his buddy Marv.
That's what there's got to be word going around. Marvin probably, he put out an APB and said, look, man, there's this Armenian dude who's giving shit away to everybody.
Be on the lookout for him.
Be on the
Sit
lookout
right
for the
here.
Armenian with the redheaded little wife. You're going to get free shit if you just talk about Armenia. And then this guy, he's like the most educated out of all of them.
Oh,
Salam was. And he's talking about, son of a bitch, those crazy Turks. Oh, my God. And then all the arms deal, the arms smuggling, get to the Azerbaijanis that are trying to kill Armenians. Oh, my God. It's a genocide all over again. It's been going on for 100 years. The U.S. needs to act quickly and swiftly with France and condemning this. I mean, he has it down, man. I'm like, son of a bitch, Salam. So then I take the mask off. And then I'm immediately like, this is a terrible decision because Salam stunk so bad. Oh, my God, the B.O. How do you not? How do you do
I
that?
wasn't as close to him as you were.
Because I've got a respirator on. I can't smell anything. It filters out everything, okay? COVID, it's like shrugs it off, you know? And it filters out Salam stink like you wouldn't believe. So I take it off, and this wall of ball sweat and asshole and whatever else and
anal juice. And
yes, thank you for the anal juice. Thank you. Oh, you snorted. The anal juice is all in there, yes, and smeg and dried skin and rotting feces. It's all blended into this big Salam cocktail.
well, I'm thinking part of the smell
fuck.
too was a smell of death because he looked rough. I mean, his hands were
Salam's-
swollen. He didn't.
Salam's not having a good year.
His fingers looked like sausages. I mean, he was just a mess.
I'm very concerned about Salam. I love Salam, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'll be wearing the mask if I see Salam again. Yeah, Salam, you want to go get you some Chick-fil-A? Yeah, all right. Well, I'm not taking the mask off, though, buddy.
Didn't
Son
Marvin
of a-
say something about me, about how
Marvin, the I don't remember. It all
Yeah,
kind of
you
goes.
go, yeah, she's a good one, isn't she? Because she was kind of giving you like the little
I
wink
think
eye.
he wanted me to sell you to him. You know?
He's got a girlfriend, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
They're going
I
to move
saw
to
that.
Armenia together, remember?
He did say that. Hold on, I need a drink. So, yeah, that was our big homeless adventure. It was a crazy time. More today. I'm telling you, we are getting famous in this community.
But we still can't get that lady on our
Oh,
side.
oh my God.
She
She
does
nut.
not want anything to do with us.
All right. I told you about we interacted with Charles the second time and bought him a burrito. She witnessed the interaction
Yes.
between Charles and I and you.
Yes.
Okay. She was there with this, and she was there, if you remember, I talked to you about how we went up to her and I introduced myself, and she was not having it. She's like, just keep walking. Fuck you. She's just I don't know. She's just not the most pleasant person in the world. So I'm not going to engage her. I think I did say hello to her. I said, hey, how are you? And she did kind of say something,
She
but
did say, how are you?
But that- it was
No, she
curt.
did say hi. I think that was it. That was
it was
it.
very curt and short.
And this time she was with a person.
She was with that young guy who we're very worried about. This young man, he's probably 20, and he's got there's BO is a real issue with this guy. He hasn't bathed in months, and he's been through the ringer. Oh boy, somebody's knocking on the door. This could be weird. It's housekeeping again. Okay. We might need a new bar of soap. Maybe a bar of soap. Maybe some shampoo. We're doing great. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, you see, we did need some things. Yeah. We just don't want to have to bug you. You guys are busy. No, boy. I'm just paranoid that we're going to get this knock at the door. Thank God it's just housekeeping. Somebody's saying, yeah, you know, we're going to have to put you out with Marvin. We're going to put that's my fear. They're going to say, yeah, too much swearing coming out of this room. You're going to have to go hang out with Marvin and Salam, Charles, and that mean chick that doesn't like you. But there's a young dude who's walking around here, and he paces viciously. And if you approach him, he's gone. Unapproachable. And I'm very worried about him. And you indicated that you were worried about him in a motherly way, too.
Yeah, because, I mean, like I said, he's so young. He's got to have, I mean,
Yeah.
he has to have parents somewhere, unless, you know, his parents said, you know, the old tough love thing. Like,
Yeah, and I understand that, too.
know, you
I
gotta
don't.
go.
I
You
can't. haven't walked a step in their shoes, so I
Yeah.
don't know. You get no judgment from me. I don't know the story, but I can only imagine that there is family members of that dude who are like, "What's going on with him?" Oh, shit. I'm glad that we're actually seeing this issue in this town. This is widespread throughout California. The homeless issue. Well, it's widespread everywhere, frankly, but the homeless love warm climates, so you get it firsthand here. And there's a lot more protections that are in place for the homeless in this state than you'd find it. You know what I don't notice, though? I don't see. You know how, like in Michigan, they're holding signs saying, give me
Right.
money?
yes, and that's why I came back to the mic, is to say that. And
They don't do
not
that
one here has asked for money. They have
No.
not asked for money. They just asked for food. Like they're hungry. So
I don't know. It's weird.
I think I'm going to, like, collect the bars of soap and shampoo and the mouthwash,
Yeah.
and give it to some people when I leave.
Uh-huh.
But
that's
although
thinking.
mouthwash might not be a good idea because it has alcohol in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The-
There'd be a top story at KTLA. Top story, a ginger woman seen giving scope to
I'm
Charles,
gonna give
who
him this-
drank it, and he threw up and died.
But I think if we can give them some shampoo and some soap, and
Why don't
maybe-
you just invite them in here and then bathe them?
That's gross.
Why don't you it's God's will. You would
Okay, there's got to be like a YMCA, a
Yeah, I know, but
some place that they can go and bathe. if they
this
need
is
to.
what you do. You invite that young man
No,
up
he
here.
is not coming in my room
Why not?
because I will get COVID or something else worse if he comes in my room. And the bathroom will have to be replaced. The shower would have to be replaced.
Yeah, he needs a little. It's a fixer-upper. There's no question. But I love those folks. I feel bad. The adventure continues. All right. Well, I feel good. I feel good so far. We haven't even gotten to any of the news that I wanted to get to because there's been so much to talk about. Don't forget, I'm on Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. The daily bonus podcast happens there. That's right. This one ends. The Patreon happens shortly thereafter. Shortly in quotes, depending on the day. I was super late yesterday. A lot of these folks are getting the show like late, like 5, 6 p.m. But we do what we can when we're out west. I appreciate the patience that you've shown as we've done the show the best that we're able to from out here. But I feel good. I feel really good about how it's gone so far. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Love you very much. What that is what's called a paywall. Patreon is a platform that takes care of everything so that I can put content up there and you're a paying customer. There's no need for advertisement or anything like that because you give money to get the content. $5 a month or $10 a month is the cost of that. The $10 a month gets you the full, all of the video advantages and live streams and things like that. The $5 a month is audio only. So whatever you choose, even if you sign up for just a month, I really appreciate that. That is how we basically keep the lights on and the mortgage paid as part of the Eric Zane Show podcast household. So thank you for those who have done it in the past. And if you'd consider signing up again, I would love it because not only do I have the Dinah's cleaning the room, the Patreon bonus podcast each and every day, but we do Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia for cash prizes from Bennett Flooring Installation once a week with Dale. We do the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. That's every week. The Insane Asylum. I'll have a new episode dropping on Thursday. So tomorrow, you'll be able to check that out. And then twice a week, I drop the Lost Zane recordings from my time at 107.3 WBBL. More, and those are like 3-hour shows, each of those. Boy, I've got to look back on the Doan days, the Tyler Doan days at WBBL. Thank you to Mike Pellerito. I cannot wait for that. The one drawback of sitting here doing the show is being in one spot for too long. Things start to ache a little. That's kind of like the whole setback recovery from what is, in effect, a traumatic scenario when someone digs around in your insides for a period of time. So, yeah, I'm feeling that right now. It's just me thinking out loud. I apologize. The managed IT service provider for the Eric Zane Show podcast, Blue Frost IT, online at bluefrostit.com. Love those folks. For your small or medium-sized business, you should consider having a managed IT service provider doing work for you in case things get off the rails. I have them, a service contract every month. It's like paying for a subscription to have expertise. It's an insurance policy in case your IT goes south. They've also worked very hard on this very old laptop that I have right here, which is just performing flawlessly. From out here in California, I'm serious. It's an old-ass machine, and I didn't want to go and get a new one. So what I did was I hired them to replace the old moving parts hard drive with one of those stupid discs that spins around inside of the laptop. Replaced it with a solid-state hard drive. Thing works like a champion, man. Thank you, Blue Frost IT, for the upgrades. You guys are awesome. You need more information, call them at 616-200-8550. 616-200-8550 for Blue Frost IT for your business. Now, finally, small and medium-sized businesses have their own IT companies. Hold on, hold that thought. I need something to drink. Stand by. Hey, as you're cleaning over there, you finding anything? No. Yeah, I found when we started the show from here, I found pot. Like a dude bought marijuana in joint form. and it comes in like a tube. He smoked half of it and put it back, and then whoever had this room at one point, and then lost it. So it was on the ground behind the fridge here. So I'm hoping you don't find like a used rubber or something like that. That would be bad. That would be bad. All right. A&E Heating and Cooling online at aeheatingcooling.net. Thank you to them. Call Joe Martinez at 616-516-8579 and get that furnace tuned up, man. What are you doing? Even if you've been running it for this winter, don't sit there and just think, well, it's been running fine. Yeah, okay, but it's been a year since it's been looked at, or probably longer. I know mine, when I started working with Joe, he goes, hey, man, this thing hasn't been serviced in forever. This is a real disaster, okay? Thank God you called, because when I'm looking at it now, I see the issues here. Okay, so that's what I'm getting at here. Every year you should spend about $79 and have that furnace checked up. 616-516-8579 for A&E Heating and Cooling, okay? And if you need a full install of a new furnace or even an air conditioner, central air unit, he's utilizing the best in the business, the brand Comfort Maker, furnaces and air conditioners. Thank you. A&E Heating and Cooling. Online at aeheatingcooling.net. Okay, fantastic. Okay, vaccinations. This is what's going on in England. This is quite a story as the vaccinations are definitely on the top of everyone's mind right now. This is what's happening in England, my God.
British health authorities are rolling out initial doses of the world's first widely tested and independently reviewed coronavirus vaccine today. 90-year-old Margaret Keenan received the very first shot on what the country is dubbing V-Day.
They actually show her that she's sitting there in the chair. She's like, hello, but go ahead, give me the shot.
The first 800,000 doses are set to go to nursing home workers and people over the age of 80 who are either hospitalized or already have outpatient appointments scheduled. In the U.S., Pfizer's vaccine could be approved for use by the end of this week as cases continue surging across the country. Earlier today, the agency released new data on Pfizer's vaccine, indicating it's in line with its guidance on emergency use authorization. So Charlie D'Agata is outside the hospital in central England where the first dose was administered.
It is the shot seen around the world. First on the globe to receive it, 90-year-old grandmother Maggie Keenan made history.
I would say go for it. Go for it because it's free.
Okay, I already love her, but I wish she was one of those loudmouth British women, and old lady who says whatever she wants. She's like 90 years old. She gets a shot. She's like, all right, now it's time for some BBC.
It's the best thing that's ever happened, so please go for it. That's all I say.
I'll go first, and then how long till I get me dick?
Poetically, second to go for it was William Shakespeare of Warwickshire.
His name is William Shakespeare. They handpicked the guy because his fucking name is William Shakespeare. It had to be. It's the luckiest name in the world right now. He's getting the vaccination because his name's William Shakespeare.
Even a 99-year-old World War II veteran.
Lucky her or me?
They're the first to be inoculated today with the
All right, so this 99-year-old guy gets inoculated. So to all you loudmouth pussies who are sitting there saying, no thanks, man, I'm a patriot. Holy shit, I don't want you putting that untested vaccine into me. Would you please fuck off? Is there any way you could do some serious fucking off right now? If the 99-year-old guy from England is told, he's like, yes, put it in me. Go ahead, put in the vaccine. This guy is more than strong enough to handle the vaccine. If 99-year-old guy in England is strong enough to handle the vaccine and the 90-year-old lady is out getting black dick moments after she gets it, well, shut up and get the vaccine. Then you can go back to Jimmy's Roadhouse and get shit-faced and drive home drunk.
Pfizer BioNTech vaccine, which was granted emergency approval here only last week. The vaccine will initially be administered from around 70 hospital hubs across the UK to people over 80 and some frontline health workers, before being rolled out to thousands of temporary vaccine centers, including converted parking lots, sports stadiums, even race courses.
It's amazing to see this tremendous shot in the arm for the entire nation, but we can't afford to relax now.
That's Boris What's-His-Face, the dude with the hair.
Not with a death toll of 61,000 and climbing, one of the highest in the world per capita, even higher than the U.S. The UK has ordered 40 million doses, enough for 20 million people. The U.S. has an order in for 100 million doses pending FDA approval. After shielding for many long months, Maggie is now hoping to see her family again in the new year.
Maggie.
There may be a long road ahead, but now there's a route out.
Maggie is due to return here in 21 days to receive her second shot. She should develop immunity about a week after that. And again, this is the same kind of rollout that you may be seeing in the United States in the coming days.
All right, so at the end of the day, when the stupid idiots decide that they don't want the vaccine, I don't know if that's necessarily going to hurt anything, because there's more smart people in the world than stupid ones when it comes to this vaccine, thank God. So hopefully we'll be able to more quickly establish herd immunity with the vaccination. I know I'm going to get it. You heard how long it's going to take. Amount of time after the second dosage is administered before she's out on the hunt for BBC. So there you go. Now, this story also has legs in my home of West Michigan, too, where friend of the show, love this guy, Casey Jones, who is the dude who did the very nice piece about the great kidney giveaway. He talked to local experts about the same thing. Wait till you hear the annoyance in the voice of this one medical expert who's debunking all you stupid bastards who think that the vaccine is like a bad thing. First of all, let me bring in the queen of the forest here. Diana, your opinion on dumb shits who think that the vaccine is a bad thing.
Well, each to his own, but I mean, it's kind of like the person who just doesn't want to get the flu shot for whatever reason. If they don't want to do it, they want to do it. If that's, You
seem more reasoned in your answer.
Yeah, some people just, the vaccines for kids, it makes me more mad than if they don't get their kids' vaccine. But like a flu shot or this shot, that's kind of more of an elective.
I think you should be more mad.
An elective vaccine.
I think you should be more mad if people say, I'm not getting this vaccine. I know I'm annoyed with them. I just don't talk to them. If they bring it up and say, I'm not getting it. And if I'm a friend of yours, and we have a discussion, and somehow it comes up, and you say, I'm not getting that vaccine, and I suddenly stop talking, replace the silence in your brain with me saying, you're a dumb shit, because that's what I'm thinking at that. That's why I'm not talking, because I'm thinking those words in my head. So there you go. That's my personal take on it. No offense.
Health officials from the federal to the state level are confident we will have a COVID-19 vaccine approved by the end of the year. Now, to prepare, health departments across the state are working on plans for a quick rollout that's expected to follow.
They're still working with a lot of unknowns, though. Kent County's top health officer says Michigan could get between 84 and 200,000 doses, but they don't know how many of those will end up in West Michigan. We know you may still have questions about this vaccine as it gets closer to reality.
Questions like, what's the process once you get it? How long does it take for it to become effective? Are there side effects to it?
News 8's John Dom will talk to a medical
I take it back. Casey did the intro along with whoever that is with him. I can't see it. I can only hear it. And then this dude, John Dommel, finishes the story. It was also really good.
Professional to try and get those answers.
The Pfizer and Moderna vaccines use new messenger RNA technology that's never been used in humans before, and it's set to become a new landmark achievement in the field of medicine.
I would consider, messenger RNA technology for vaccines to be a huge game changer in vaccine technology.
The advancements necessary to make this type of vaccine possible only existed in the last few years, and the side effects aren't expected to be much different than what we've seen in the past. Temporary arm pain and maybe a minor fever.
Because it releases chemicals And those chemicals that the immune system releases is what gives you those symptoms. They usually go away within 24 to 48 hours, and they are rarely, if ever, very serious.
You hear that, Dirk?
The FDA says Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine is safe and effective after just one dose. But the Moderna vaccine requires 2 shots, spaced apart, that second shot acting as an immunity booster. And it will start...
What do you people that don't believe that think when you hear someone who's much smarter than you with science behind their knowledge, like proven facts? What do you do when you hear that unbelievable truth? Seriously, what's happening in your brain?
Keeping you safe from the virus quickly.
People still had a pretty good level of protection from it. They didn't get severely ill, and that it was, the vaccine should start to work right away. It's just that it ideally needs 2 injections, that booster shot, to really provide the optimum amount of protection.
The doctor has heard of people trying to shake public confidence in the vaccines.
This is what gets this doc going. He's like, oh, man, I've had it with these stupid hillbillies trying, all these loudmouth patriots trying to put me in my place.
Saying this new mRNA technology is unsafe. Claims that he says are both worrying and unfounded.
Unless human beings have gone through some miraculous genetic evolution where we have developed the ability to make DNA from RNA, that is completely impossible to happen.
That's the way a smart person makes you feel stupid with your dumb take, okay?
Some miraculous genetic evolution
right there.
Where we have developed...
That's saying you're a dumb shit.
...the ability to make DNA from RNA. That is completely impossible to happen. So anybody who is peddling that this is going to change our genetic makeup, that is completely false and flies in the face of what we know about human genetics.
Before a drug gets FDA approval, it also has to get approved from an outside panel to ensure it's met every safety standard.
They are not going to allow this to be used in human subjects unless it's safe. And I think that everything right now points towards it being very safe. And I think that is going to continue to be the case even after we deploy it into the population.
He told me that he fully expects both vaccines to get approved in the United States within the next couple of weeks. Reporting in Grand Rapids, John Dommel, News 8.
So you're going to get your vaccine? Dana? You going to get it? You sure? All right. So am I. All right. Thanks to my friends at F45 Training in Byron Center, Michigan. If you want to get in shape, and it's going to be back to square one for your old pal Eric Zane. If you're in that spot where you're like, oh boy, some of you have never done any type of working out. Let me just tell you, if you're under the impression that it's too late and there's no hope for you, that is bullshit. There's absolutely hope for you. There is a time to start, and all you need to do when you're ready is get over to F45 Training in Byron Center, Michigan. Their website, f45training.com/Byron Center, gets you 1 week free. So if you're in that neck of the woods, call upon them and get started. It's a 45-minute workout. You do what you can based on your fitness level. Some of you are newbies. They understand that. Group training with a personal touch. They're going to hold your hand figuratively and guide you through this with an expertise like you won't believe. F45 Training in Byron Center, Michigan. Call upon them. F45training.com/Byron Center. Thank you. If you're in the market for a mortgage, the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, 231-332-6505. It's been a fantastic amount of time lately. I should say a fantastic time to get a mortgage. Interest rates are the lowest they've ever been. And there's no guarantee of when that is going to bounce up. I sure hope not anytime soon. But if you're in the market of getting a mortgage, call upon the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage at 231-332-6505 from anywhere in the USA. Doesn't matter where. Please call upon my sponsors when you need whatever it is you're looking for. Mario can get you a mortgage, and he's specially trained and specially looking forward to working with first-time mortgage folks. That's people who have never had a mortgage and maybe they're struggling because of bankruptcy or bad financial decisions, divorce, or something like that. There is hope for you. Let me just tell you, you might think that you have no hope. Let him decide. He's a professional. 231-332-6505 for the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Okay. Now, yesterday on the Patreon, hold on, I've been bouncing around here. I want to make sure I got all my ducks in a row. Okay, I do. Yesterday on the Patreon, I was discussing the 40th anniversary of John Lennon being murdered. And I hate to say anniversary, but it's been 40 years since John Lennon was killed by Mark David Chapman. And while I was discussing it, I started to go down the road of the whole thing and discussing Mark David Chapman. Now, I know the ins and outs of the murder. And I know the ins and outs of that whole attempt at Lennon's life, and then of course, the subsequent assassination, and then the attempt on Ronald Reagan's life, which was a totally different guy. But on the podcast, on the Patreon, I combined the stories. And I said, yeah, Mark David Chapman wanted to impress Jodie Foster. And it was incredible. It was just and that's not true at all. Mark David Chapman was inspired by The Catcher in the Rye, and he's just a crackpot. And for some reason, he looked at John Lennon as a phony with all the peace and love shit, and killed him in the street. John Hinckley, was the dude who tried to kill Reagan, and he was trying to impress Jodie Foster. It happened about a year and a half after Lennon was killed. But like an idiot, I combined the stories, but I realized it while I was talking about it on the Patreon. And so on the Patreon, I go, wait a minute, I think I'm combining stories here. And I think I've done this in the past. And I think while that was happening, Pellerito was listening, and he wrote, oh, hey, man, I made it to the point you realized it was Hinckley and Reagan that had Jodie Foster involved. Hope you enjoyed the flashback anyways, because the last time I did this was back on the radio. I'm sending this to you after you talked on Patreon about John Lennon and Mark David Chapman today. You did back in the day as well. I think you actually asked me on air to put this together. Fun to hear again. And he sent a link. And what he did was he took some of the weirdo, guttural, strange noises that one Tyler Doan. Do you remember Tyler Doan? Tyler used to make the weirdest, creepiest little noises on the show. And I'm not going to lie, I was scratching my head a lot with Tyler Doan on many occasions. And I couldn't quite put together what was going on with, the slurred speech and the weirdo responses and things like that. And it did become clearer later with a off-air conversation with someone who knew him. And I'll just leave it right there as to why things were the way they were, okay? But Doan was known for making these weirdo laughs and giggles and exclamations that just kind of made my skin crawl and got me irritated beyond belief. Not so much a personal thing, but just what the fuck is going on here? And so Pellerito took all of the creepy things that Tyler did and created a piece of audio, which I'll play for you in a second. And it's based on this. Back in the day, when John Hinckley was trying to impress Jodie Foster while she was at Yale, he got her phone number, and she recorded the conversation. This is back before he tried to kill Reagan. And this is the audio of John Hinckley calling a very young Jodie Foster as she was starting her academic college career at Yale. It has to do with Doan. You'll see why in a second.
Jodie Foster, the 18-year-old actress, was taking a sabbatical from Hollywood to attend Yale University. So Hinckley told his parents that he was going back to college, but at Yale, not Texas Tech.
And so he makes up a whole elaborate ruse to his parents about how he's going to go to Yale for a writing class that doesn't exist. And the whole time he spent
That's kind of like what Jim did when he went to he said he was at Grand Rapids Community College in the astronomy class, and he made me go buy all those supplies from Michaels so he could build a mock-up to the solar system. Remember that? That was one of the worst. That was one of our darkest days as parents. Seriously. What the fuck happened there? Oh, my God. I'll never let him live that down.
Foster. He finds out where she lives. He's slipping notes under her door. And he's on the phone with her. And he taped these calls.
What is this?
Oh, I guess Hinckley taped it.
Oh, no. What is this? Who is this? This is John. Hello. Oh, Oh, no, not you, kid. Look, I really can't talk to you, okay? But do me a really big favor. You understand why I can't, carry on these conversations with people I don't know. You understand that it's dangerous and it's just not done, it's not fair, and it's rude. Oh, all right?
Well, I'm not dangerous.
Well, I understand that. It's just...
He's like, oh, I'm not dangerous.
It's the same thing, okay?
So you just don't ever want me to call you?
No. It's been really nice talking to you.
No, don't. He goes, you don't want me to call you anymore. She goes, no, I don't want you to call you anymore. So that was like it. And now, not that long after, he tries to kill Reagan. Pellerito took all of Doan's weirdo speech things and giggles, and he had an odd way of laughing, and I still am not sure what was going on there. I'll just leave it there. And he blended Tyler's comments, and I played this on the air, and I haven't thought of it since. Took out Hinckley's parts and replaced them with Tyler's parts. Listen to this.
Hello. How are you?
What is this?
I'm a nice guy.
Oh, no. What is this?
It was so weird. I feel very, grateful.
Who is this?
The Motor City Man.
That clip of Tyler saying Motor City Madman, when he says Motor City Madman, that was the first time I thought there was something going on under the influence on the show.
The Motor City Man.
Hello.
I'm Tyler Doan.
Oh, no, not you, kid.
Yes. Why can't we just trust each other?
Look, I really can't talk to you, okay?
I like conversing with you.
Do me a really big favor.
Exciting.
You understand why I can't, carry on these conversations with people I don't know. You understand that it's dangerous and it's just not done, it's not fair, and it's rude, all right?
Well, Mama don't know. She don't know.
Well, I understand that. It's the same thing.
Can I have your autograph?
No.
I think I left part of that out. Holy crap. Yeah, the ending. I think I butchered the ending. There was one, it ended with a really maniacal Tyler laugh. Mike adds, I get the pleasure of hearing all of these moments again. He's talking about the Lost Zane recordings on Patreon. As I gather show notes, I just came across a segment yesterday. Tyler's excited spazzing throughout age discrimination annoyed the F out of you. So much so, you brought it up specifically the next day and said you wanted to smack the piss out of him for it. Parentheses, granted, it was a beat-up Doan day because he called in sick with gout. Oh, fuck, yeah, I'm right back there, man. Yeah, I can't come into work. Why? I have gout? Oh, my God. That was another one of those moments on BBL where I'm like, we're doomed. There is no way in hell this is going to work. No way in hell. Oh, God. All right, another story that's burning under that's kind of captivating my attention. And it's not far from where I live in Hudsonville, Michigan. You probably remember the story of the family. I forget their name. They'll say it in the story. It doesn't matter. My bladder hurts too much to want to look for it, but it's not worth it, too. This guy was a teacher at Grand Rapids Community College. He gets a phone call or a text from his daughter and says, yeah, hey, kid's in the pool again. Now, this is in March of 2019. And she, the daughter of his and sister of the kid in the pool sends a picture of the kid in the pool, the cover's on top. It's an above-ground pool. He's standing in the water that had built up on top of the pool, and it's probably up to his waist, and he's special needs. He's got a helmet on, and he's like, fuck, oh, yeah, well, okay, thanks for the info. Now, if I'm at work and I have a special needs son who, I think he's a teenager in this story. He passed away, and they said that he had a mental ability of a 2-year-old. And I find out that my special needs kid is in the pool. I am going to work very hard so that he's no longer in the pool, because that could be a tragedy, But I don't know what was going on with this dumb shit. and his dumb shit family. But dumb shit daughter reaches out to dumb shit dad and says, yeah, he's in the pool. And then time passes. He sends a text back. Is the freak still in the pool? Or calls the kid the freak, which is just, I mean, if I'm the judge, the first thing I do is see that he refers to the kid, the special needs, his own kid as the freak, as guilty. You're going to prison forever. Oh, my God. Well, this asshole just now pled guilty. And this is a story because the kid ended up being in there for extended time, and for one reason or another, he ended up drowning, probably just, I mean, it's freezing cold water. How can this possibly even be a thing? I don't know what's wrong with people. This is an absolute disgrace, and this dumb dick dad pled guilty. He's only getting about 1.5 years. That needs to be about 30 times in length, in my opinion. Awful, awful story. There's so much ridiculous that was in this story that we talked about it when it all unfolded way back then. But now it finally has come to light that this dumb shit has pled guilty.
Off the top at 11. This is one of those cases that 20 years
local prosecutor
from now, I will remember vividly specific details about it.
It is the disturbing case that has gripped the community for more than a year. A teenage boy with disabilities drowning in his own family's backyard pool. But tonight, prosecutors say there's finally justice.
This afternoon, an Ottawa County father pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter and child abuse in his teenage son's death. News 8's Jacqueline Francis has reaction from the prosecutor, new tonight.
Honestly, there hasn't been a day that's gone by that I haven't thought of Sam as the prosecutor assigned to this case.
21 months later, and officials feel justice has finally been served. In Ottawa County Court today, the former Grand Rapids Community College professor, Timothy Coates, taking responsibility for his son's death.
Thank God the school fired him.
For the very first time.
How do you plead the charge in count 1 of involuntary manslaughter?
Guilty. These photos were taken the day his son, 16-year-old Samuel Coates, died. As the boy with special needs is shown here, with his arms bound to his body when he...
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. He's in the pool. His arms are tied to his body. I'm not sure what was up with that. How can you not address this with any degree of urgency? I mean, I don't know. I'm scratching my head on this entire, what is the thinking process of this stupid family of animal knuckle-dragging Neanderthals? What the fuck is wrong with you, sick sons of bitches?
Drowned in the family's icy backyard pool near Hudsonville in March 2019. Although Coates was at work when Sam drowned, in court today the father admitted to knowingly leaving his son unsupervised in the backyard with access to the swimming pool.
Yeah, so he left for work. Yeah, see you later. See you later, freak. And then that was it. Next thing, he's at work. He's getting texts from dumb daughter saying, yeah, the freak's in the pool.
Doctors say the teen had the cognitive ability of a 2-year-old.
What the fuck?
As a result of him being in the pool, did he go under the water?
He stood in the water, and because of the temperature of the water, I wasn't there, but apparently he passed out, and that led to him going under and not being able to breathe.
It was so cold he couldn't take it, and then that was it. You know, what a horrible thing. How could you not you're getting the text messages from dumb daughter? At no point did you say get him out of there. How do you not know that? This is an educated man who he knows right from wrong. He's teaching people at GRCC. How can you not? I mean, this was just above freezing temperature of this water. Oh, my God.
So it was a cold water drowning, is my understanding.
Many of the more disturbing details in the case were left out of today's hearing, like evidence reportedly showing that Coates' daughter had texted him a photo of Sam in the pool, to which the father replied, quote, make sure the freak is okay. While Coates' admission of guilt came in exchange for dismissing another more serious charge of child abuse, the prosecutor says the plea deal was fair.
And I'm pleased that it culminates in this plea today that sends a strong signal to our community
I don't know.
that all children matter, all children have worth, life is important.
He's going to be canceled because he said all children matter. People, all of a sudden, BLM's going to get involved. What the fuck you doing?
The prosecutor saying the deal guarantees Coates.
I don't know. If I'm the prosecutor, this seems like bullshit to me. I mean, for me, the job, a year and a half, this guy should be locked away for the rest of his life because he was responsible. He should be in prison. The daughter should be in prison. Anybody at the house should be in prison for like a long time. This is all bullshit to me.
Will spend at the very least a year and a half behind bars. Timothy Coates will remain a free man until his sentencing next month. Also, as part of the plea deal, Coates pleaded guilty to drug charges today. Investigators say he and his wife continued to fill their son's Ritalin prescription after he died and used the drugs themselves.
Wow. These losers. The kid died, and then they took it. Diana, can you come here a minute? The part about the kid's dead.
Yeah.
And then the dick and his dick wife take his dead kid's prescription and go get Ritalin so they can use it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. What is he's getting a year and a half out of this.
It's ridiculous.
A
How
year
old was
and a
the
half.
daughter?
I don't know how old she is. I don't know. She's an idiot,
And
too,
at the
though.
very least, you would think she would call 911 and not her dad.
Oh, my
saying,
God. This whole family is such a shithead family. Bunch of assholes. Oh, God forbid if I see this dumb son of a bitch at Meyer.
Coates was sentenced to 21 days behind bars for those charges this past summer. Live in the newsroom, Jacqueline Francis.
Bitch wife got 21 days.
News 8.
Oh, my God. That story just makes my blood boil. Can't take it anymore, man. All right. Excuse me. My pal Rick at TC Paintball. Yeah, he's down a trailer, but he's got an army of supporters of the Eric St. Joe podcast that want to help him out. If you want to do something fun, call upon Rick at TC Paintball, online at tcpaintballgr.com. My gosh, book a party today. Fully stocked pro shop, everything you need. You just pay him one fee with you and your group. You get the paint, you get the gun, you get the mask. You need anything extra, maybe some gloves. You're going to want the gloves. Don't you dare step on the paintball field without gloves. Like the right kind of gloves. Don't wear driving gloves. You got to have paintball gloves. What the hell happened there? TC Paintball, tcpaintballgr.com. Book a party, and the kids are going to have so much fun. This is the ultimate socially distant activity. The idea is to stay away from each other. So invariably you're going to be protected in that regard. Now, what you do after each game ends is up to you. I would stay away. Online at tcpaintballgr.com. Thank you, Rick. And then my friends at the Kent County Health Department. My gosh, these guys have been through the ringer. Stay strong. Tie a knot. Hang on, Nurse Mary. Chris, the folks over at the Kent County Health Department, thank you. Online at accesskent.com/health. 616-632-7100 for anything concerning vaccinations for you people that aren't idiots and want your kids protected. Kent County Health Department does all of that for little or no cost. Don't be a shithead. Get your kids vaccinated today. All right, now let me tell you this. On the Patreon, a baseball announcer is back. Yes. I'm talking about Tom Brenneman. You remember Tom Brenneman? Well, that's right. I said F rhymes with bag. Oh, my God. It's a home run by Castellanos. I'm going to sail off into the sunset. I'm losing my job. Tom Brenneman is back. I'll detail all of that with you on the Patreon bonus podcast. I think I was really great today. One of my best, most fun shows I've ever had. I really think I am just crushing it. Crushing it. Very humble, too. Come on over here.
You're getting louder by the second.
Yeah? You don't like that? I can't get loud? Nobody's complained. They got two
Maybe
more,
that's why they knocked.
2 more podcasts.
To make sure there's nothing going on. Making sure nothing's going on.
There's nothing going on here. I'm doing a damn podcast. The way of the world. This room was paid for. This isn't free. What I do in this room is my business. If I want to sit here and talk to a camera with all these nice people enjoying the show, making fun of morons, and talking about our adventures interacting with the homeless, well, then so be it. That's what it is. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. No way. I'm not backing down. If it happens, I can't hear you. You're going to have to come back to the microphone. I can't hear you. You know what? I can't hear you.
It's almost time to go check on Charles.
All right, we're going to go check on Charles. We'll be back with the Patreon a little later on. Thanks again for the patience with the weirdo times in the podcast, but we're making it, man. Okay, till next time, folks. We'll take care of each other a little bit more. Take care of your fellow man a little bit more. Just a little challenge. It'll all come back to you in the end. Thank you so much, folks. Till next time. Bye-bye. One more thing. Don't forget about my Ride Into Work song. We're going to bust out Neil Young and Crazy Horse. From the early 90s, Ragged Glory. We'll do over and over my Ride Into Work song. Thanks again, folks. Bye-bye.